Hi guys, my name is Crystal and welcome to Scully's Creations, which consists of painting, DIY, and thrift flips with the spicy goofy. So today we're just gonna get right into it, and we are going over 5 different art techniques that you can use with acrylic paint that I've used in this painting right here. However, you can use it for whatever your heart desires. And if you happen to find this video helpful, I would appreciate you hitting that like button, that subscribe, all the things that help my channel grow, because I really love doing this. And again, just thank you guys for watching, and let's get into it. For our first technique, I am showing you how to use painter's tape. Painter's tape is a great way to add some crisp lines to your abstract background. In this case, I'm leaving those crisp lines white. However, you can put whatever colors you want on your background. Let it dry, cover it with painter's tape, and once you remove it, you'll have that color showing through your abstract background. Technique number 2, what we're going to be doing is using acrylic paint but making watercolor streaks. Now, how I'm doing this is I'm mixing a lot of water with my acrylic paint. What that's doing is thinning out that paint, so once I put it on the canvas, as you can see, it's a very, very light color, and once I continue that, it's going to make those watercolor streaks. Now I'm going to continue that with my pink and eventually add more colors and blend them together. Again, it's going to be a watercolor streak, so these colors aren't going to be perfectly blended because I'm looking for more of a watercolor style in this background, as you'll see later in the video. I also wanted to mention that I am using a flat painting brush in order to do these streaks, and simply going in an up and down motion as you see in the video. I'm going to go ahead and speed up the video here just because we have some more colors to add and a lot more to go through, and you know, painting, it takes a minute, so we're just going to speed through this. So the next color we're going to add is purple, using the same technique as the pink, watering it down in order to give it a watercolor streak look. However, the only difference is how I'm applying this purple is going to be from the outside of the canvas to the inside of the canvas. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because we are going from darker to lighter, darker being the outside of the canvas and lighter being the inside of the canvas. This will allow me to blend the pink and the purple more seamlessly when going from dark to light. So for technique number 3, we are dripping with acrylic paint. So how we're going to achieve this drip is simply by getting the paint, watering it down, and pressing your paintbrush against the canvas and simply allowing the paint to drip down the canvas. I also wanted to let you know the colors that I'm using to make this drip effect on this background are going to be the same colors, pink, purple, and blue, but I'm adding the purple where the purple is, the pink where the pink is, and the blue where the blue is. I'm doing it this way because in my opinion it does give the background a little bit more depth, and you'll see that later on in the video once you see the finished result. Now here I'm removing the painter's tape. Now because we used a lot of water, it seeped through the painter's tape. It does look cool like that, I think. However, I did still want it a solid white color. So I'm gonna go in with the painter's tape once again and just cover the edges so I can make those corrections with the white. Check it out. Now removing the painter's tape, you can see we have way crispier lines, and that's exactly what I was looking for. Now, I've let that dry. I've put the painter's tape on again. And that's because I'll be showing you how to overlay a solid design over the background that we've just created. And I would suggest using a watercolor pencil, since watercolor is a lot easier to erase in the end if you've made any mistakes. However, I just had a regular old pencil, so I'm just using what I have, and you can use what you have too. Alright, so for technique number 4, we are painting it with a solid color. Now, I know that sounds really preschoolish, but remember, I'm trying to give you as many tips as I can in order for you to create whatever your heart desires. With that being said, tip number 1. Tip number 1 is to use your pinky or your index finger in order to balance your hand on the canvas. This will allow you to make a smooth stroke down with your paint and your paintbrush. Tip number 2, for this next tip I'm actually slowing down the video so you can see how I'm using the flat brush and then twisting your brush vertically in order to continue your smooth curve while you paint. And let's see that one more time. Tip number 3, do not use water. If you're making a solid line, go straight from the paintbrush to the paint to the canvas. Unless you are using a different color, then make sure to thoroughly wash your paintbrush with water and dry it with a towel. I personally use towels. I don't use paper towels just because, in my humble opinion, it's a little less wasteful. But again, to each their own, do as you please, no judgment here. Final tip while creating a solid line. Now, once you have applied your first layer of paint, go ahead and let it dry. If you continuously add paint on your wet paint, what's going to happen is it's not allowing the paint to seep into the canvas. Therefore, it's making it look like it's somewhat see-through, and we don't want that. We want it to be a solid color. So yeah, just go ahead, let your paint dry, and then go from there. Now, before I show you the final technique of this video, we are going to go ahead and remove that painter's tape. Oh, look how satisfying that is. Just seeing those crisp lines come back together. And I don't know, for me it's cool. Hopefully you guys enjoy it too. Now for this final technique of this video, but not the final technique of this channel. Like and subscribe if you want more. Paint splash. Not only is paint splash super easy, but it is so much fun to do. Now, how to achieve this marvelous paint splash technique? Well, there's a couple ways. However, I'm going to show you my preferred way. What you're going to want to do is put a little bit of paint on your brush. Make sure you have enough water on your paint brush as well. Then what you're going to do is use your finger to push back on the bristles, which is going to splash the paint on the canvas, therefore creating a paint splash on your canvas. And lastly, don't forget to varnish your paintings. I use high gloss on my paintings. It gives it a really nice glossy finish. That's my preferred. However, you can use matte or whatever you would like. Alright guys, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, I'd love to know down in the comments below. So yeah, that's it. I will see you next week, and don't forget, keep it artsy. Bye. Video, and if you happen to find it, no, I messed that one up. Senum!